Hi, my project proposal is called Creative Spaces for Working and Learning. As the name indicates, its aim is to research how interior design can influence our ways of learning or working, to improve the practice, and also to improve ourselves. My goal is to come up with innovative concepts to create various types of spaces that would fit different styles of work and/or learning in the best conditions possible. The style of the rooms can vary from quiet and full of concentration to active and full of noise and productivity. I find the city of Brussels appropriate for such a project because it is the heart of Europe, and it thrives to be considered as a city where work, design, and art happens. Co-working spaces have started to appear, but they lack many things. My project would definitely fit in such a city. The Mont des Arts is close to the center of town and represents an artistic side of the city. It is an efficient, attractive pole that attracts people, and it is close to the royal palace, hence the buildings here are old and very intricate. It is where we can find the host building that I picked, and that building is the Royal Library of Belgium. It offers big open spaces on many different levels and has potential for outdoor spaces and very much interactions. It is a symbol of research and knowledge and has held precious documents of Belgium for decades. I have done much research on the library to find incomplete blueprints and very old ones in the archives of the city. Some are from 1961 and others 1829. These old documents are true treasures and were very impressive to find, but I will need to make new blueprints for my project. The main question in the research related to my project is, what is the best way to design space for maximum learning and working efficiency? What are the different factors that we need to keep in mind while doing such a project and thinking around it? Colors and textures are factors that influence people's perceptions of spaces. Colors can be warm or cold, and they can inspire different moods and give different results. Textures can be smooth or rough and work in a similar way on people's minds. There are also shapes that can have edges or not any. They can be sharp or blunt, and they contribute to spatial atmosphere. Another factor to influence greatly the atmosphere is light. It can be natural or electric and completely change the atmosphere of a certain place. There is also scenery and greenery that has a great impact on the human mind, especially when living in a city. Having some nature nearby is very different from having roads and concrete, and on the long term it sets a very different mood for people, especially in the space where they work and study. What services can space offer visitors for the best learning and working experience? And what is the best way to design space for good interaction and good presentation? Throughout my project, I plan on keeping a close eye on how the circulation will articulate itself. It is not only the different spaces that matter, but how to get from one to the other. Could we use a huge central block, or can we articulate in different parts? I also plan on managing the different levels depending on the different kind of rooms and concentration level required. Sound pollution is strong on the ground, which is why it is interesting, for example, to prefer more silence the more up you go. It is interesting to research on modular aspects to make a spatial project innovative. It is a good way to merge beauty and efficiency together if it is well done. A modern project will always need modular and functional aspects, because modularity works well with functionality, which is another point I am considering for this project. Having different spaces for different functions require a precise study on how spatial design can become multifunctional. Attractive poles become symbols of the city. Turning the project into one will make it more inviting to visitors. They will see it from afar and they will want to come and see. It gives character to the project and makes it inviting, which is, in my opinion, very important for the goal. The first and only thing that anyone who enters a new co-working and learning space will notice is the interior and furnishings of the office. Necessary amenities are Wi-Fi, maybe conference rooms, printers, or even a kitchen space. What more can such a space offer to attract visitors? My research on the bridging distance theme lies around the idea of merging different spaces that represent different people. Students and professionals can gather in one same space to gain benefits and, for example, to create relationships. The outcomes I want to achieve for this project is all the necessary blueprints for full comprehension, and also a lot of visuals, pictures, models, renderings, and sketches. A book on the research phase and its evolution can also be interesting. As a future practitioner, I want to work on my skills of thinking and designing. I want to create my train of thought. I want to practice my train of thought to make more innovative suggestions. I want to improve my modeling and rendering skills, as well as my skills overall.